Have you ever felt like you are just waiting for the weekend, waiting for your next vacation, waiting for a promotion, for a partner, or for that one big moment when everything finally falls into place? We spend so much of our lives holding our breath, convincing ourselves that real life hasn't started yet. We tell ourselves, "I'll be happy when I get that job," or "I'll finally relax when I move into that new house." But then the moment comes. You get the job, you move into the house, you achieve the goal, and for a moment, yes, you feel a spark. But then, quietly, almost unnoticed, that spark fades, and you are left standing there, looking around, asking yourself, "Is this it? Why do I still feel empty?" If that heaviness in your chest feels familiar today, I want you to know you are not ungrateful. You are not broken. You have just been looking for happiness in the wrong places. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Mira's English podcast. I'm Mira, and I am so deeply grateful that you've chosen to press play today. Whether you are listening to this on your morning walk, while driving through traffic, or maybe you're winding down in bed after a long, exhausting day, thank you for being here. This is our little corner of calm in a chaotic world, a place where we slow down, take a deep breath, and learn not just English, but how to live a little lighter. Today, we are going to talk about something very close to my heart. We are going to talk about the art of finding happiness in small things. We're going to explore why chasing big moments often leaves us tired, and how, if we look closely enough, the magic we are searching for is already right here, hidden in the mundane, ordinary moments of your Tuesday afternoon. So please, get comfortable, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Let's take a deep breath together, and let's begin. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, "I just need to get through this week"? We treat our days like obstacle courses. We rush through breakfast to get to work. We rush through work to get to the evening. We rush through the weekdays to get to the weekend. It's as if we are constantly fast-forwarding the movie of our own lives, skipping the quiet scenes to get to the action parts. Psychologists actually have a name for this. They call it the arrival fallacy or destinational happiness. It is the belief that happiness is a destination. It's a place you arrive at only after you have ticked all the boxes. After you lose 10 pounds, after you earn a certain amount of money, after you get married. We view happiness as a reward for suffering. We think we have to earn the right to feel joy. But here is the dangerous truth about that mindset. The finish line keeps moving. I remember a time in my own life, a few years ago, when I was obsessed with a career goal. I thought, if I can just reach this milestone, everything will be perfect. I'll finally feel enough. I worked late nights. I skipped dinners with friends. I drank too much coffee and slept too little. I sacrificed my daily peace for a future promise. And eventually, I did it. I reached the goal. Everyone congratulated me. I felt a rush of dopamine that lasted maybe 2 days. By the third day, the excitement was gone. The normal stresses of life returned. The laundry still needed to be done. The weather was still gloomy. And I felt a strange sense of grief. I had spent 2 years running toward a finish line, only to realize that crossing it didn't change who I was inside. That is the hedonic treadmill. Imagine you are on a treadmill at the gym. You run faster and faster, but you stay in the same place. In psychology, this concept explains why humans quickly return to a stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events. You buy a new car, you are thrilled. But after 3 months, it's just your car. It's just the vehicle you use to sit in traffic. The new wears off. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. If we anchor our happiness only to the big achievements, the peaks of the mountain, we are guaranteeing that we will be unhappy for 99% of our journey. Because life, my friends, is not made of peaks. Life is mostly the climb. Life is mostly the flat valleys. Life is mostly Tuesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. So, if the big things don't sustain us, what does? Recently, I stumbled upon a beautiful concept in psychology that completely shifted how I view my day. You have probably heard of triggers. We talk about triggers a lot. A trigger is something small that reminds you of a past trauma or a bad feeling. It sends your nervous system into a state of danger, fight, or flight. A loud noise, a harsh tone of voice, a rejection letter, these are triggers. But did you know there is an opposite to triggers? They are called glimmers. This term was coined by the social worker Deb Dana. A glimmer is a micro moment of safety and connection. It is a tiny signal to your nervous system that says, "You are safe, you are okay, life is good." Glimmers are not big explosions of joy, they are whispers. A glimmer is the way the sunlight hits the leaves of a tree at 4 p.m., turning them gold. A glimmer is the smell of toast in the morning. It's the feeling of fresh sheets against your skin when you slide into bed. It's a stranger smiling at you in the grocery store for no reason. It's the first sip of tea when it's exactly the right temperature. When we are in a state of stress or survival mode, which, let's face it, is where most of us live these days, our brains are wired to scan for danger. We are evolutionarily designed to look for problems so we can fix them. We look for the email that brings bad news. We look for the person who is angry with us. We focus on the one negative comment out of 10 nice ones. This is called negativity bias. But here is the good news. We can retrain our brains. We can teach our minds to scan for glimmers instead of triggers. I want you to try something with me right now, just for a second. Look away from your screen or whatever you are doing. Look around the space you are in. Can you find one small thing that is pleasing? Maybe it's a color you like. Maybe it's the quiet hum of the air conditioner. Maybe it's a soft shadow on the wall. Found it? That tiny acknowledgement? That is you planting a seed of presence. When you start looking for glimmers, you realize they are everywhere. They have always been there, waiting for you to notice them. It's like buying a red car and suddenly you see red cars everywhere on the street. When you tell your brain, happiness is important to me, your brain starts to point out the little pockets of joy you used to ignore. I started practicing this glimmer hunting about a year ago, during a time when I was feeling particularly burnt out. I felt like my life was just a gray loop of work, sleep, repeat. I was numb. So I made a promise to myself. I promised that I wouldn't let a single day pass without capturing, mentally or physically, 3 small, beautiful things. At first, it was hard. My brain wanted to complain. My brain wanted to worry about the future. But I forced myself to stop. One rainy afternoon, I was stuck in traffic. Usually, this would make me furious. I would be checking the clock, gripping the steering wheel, feeling my blood pressure rise. But then, I remembered my practice. I looked out the rain-streaked window, and I saw a red umbrella. Someone was walking down the gray sidewalk, holding a bright, cherry-red umbrella. It was such a stark, beautiful contrast against the gloomy sky. It looked like a painting. For a few seconds, I wasn't stuck in traffic. I was watching a scene from a movie. I felt a tiny spark of delight. That moment didn't change the fact that I was late. It didn't clear the traffic, but it changed me. It lowered my cortisol. It softened my mood. It saved me from spiraling into anger. That is the power of small things. They don't necessarily fix your problems, but they give you the strength to endure them with a softer heart. This brings us to a trend that I absolutely love. You might have seen it on social media. It's called romanticizing your life. Now, some people criticize this. They say it's fake or it's just for show. But I disagree. I think romanticizing your life is a profound act of self-care. It is a refusal to live a boring life. To romanticize your life means to treat your mundane daily routine as if it were significant, as if you were the main character in a gentle, comforting movie. Think about the main character in your favorite cozy film. When they make coffee, they don't just throw instant powder into a cup and chug it while looking at their phone. No, they boil the water. They listen to the sound of the kettle. They pour the water slowly. They hold the mug with both hands and inhale the aroma. They are doing the same action as you, making coffee, but the quality of their attention is different. Mindfulness is a heavy word. It sounds like work. It sounds like meditation on a cushion for an hour. But romanticizing? That sounds fun. That sounds like play. How can we apply this? How can we turn the boring parts of our day into rituals of happiness? Let's start with something we all hate: chores. Washing the dishes, folding laundry, cleaning the floor. Usually we do these things with resentment. We think, I have to do this. I wish I didn't have to do this. But what if we shifted the narrative? Instead of, I have to wash the dishes, try creating an atmosphere. Light a candle in the kitchen. Put on your favorite jazz playlist or a softly spoken podcast, maybe even this one. Feel the warmth of the soapy water on your hands. Watch the bubbles. Suddenly, you are not just cleaning dirty plates. You are taking care of your home. You are creating a clean space for your future self. You are having a quiet moment with music. It is not about changing what you do. It is about changing how you do it. I have a friend who hates commuting. She takes the subway every morning for 45 minutes. For years, she spent that time scrolling through news that made her anxious, or staring at the floor, wishing she could teleport to work. She arrived at the office already drained. Then, she decided to romanticize her commute. She started calling it her transition time. She bought a dedicated e-reader. She made a playlist called Cinematic Morning. Now, when she steps onto the train, she pretends she is in a music video. She looks at the other passengers and imagines their stories. She reads fiction that takes her to another world. She told me recently, Mira, I actually look forward to the train ride now. It's the only time in the day when no one asks anything of me. She turned a source of stress into a sanctuary, all by changing her perspective. This is the secret. Happiness is not found in the absence of routine. It is found within the routine. If you are waiting for a life where you don't have to do chores, don't have to commute, and don't have to work, you will be waiting forever. But if you can find a way to fall in love with the texture of your ordinary days, you become invincible, because no one can take those small moments away from you. And speaking of changing your perspective, there is one specific language shift that changed my entire life. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but please try it with me for a week. It is the shift from I have to I get to. We spend so much of our day complaining about our obligations. I have to go to work. I have to pick up the kids. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to exercise. When you say, I have to, you are positioning yourself as a victim of your own life. You are carrying a burden. Everything feels heavy, like a tax you are paying just to exist. Now, swap just one word. I get to go to work. It means I am employable. I have a way to support myself. I have a purpose today. I get to pick up the kids. It means I have a family. I am a parent. I have little people who need me. I get to go grocery shopping. It means I have money to buy food. I am not hungry. I get to exercise. It means my body is functional. my legs can walk, my heart can beat fast. That is a privilege denied to many. Do you feel the difference? The weight lifts. Suddenly, your burdens reveal themselves as blessings. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Mira, that sounds nice, but my job is stressful. My commute is terrible. I can't just pretend to love it. And you are right. We are not trying to practice toxic positivity. We are not ignoring the hard parts. We are simply acknowledging that within the hard parts, there is still privilege. There is still life. Finding happiness in small things isn't about blinding yourself to the bad. It's about widening your lens to include the good. But there is a thief, a silent thief that creeps into our homes every day and steals our small joys before we can even taste them. Do you know who that thief is? It is the black mirror in your pocket, your phone. Specifically, it is comparison. We struggle to enjoy our small life because we are constantly looking at someone else's big life. You sit down with your simple homemade dinner. It tastes good. You are warm. You are safe. But then you open Instagram. You see someone eating a 5-course meal in Paris. You see someone buying a luxury bag. You see a couple looking perfect on a beach in the Maldives. Suddenly, your warm, homemade dinner looks pathetic. Your cozy apartment feels small. Your life feels boring. The joy you had just 5 seconds ago is gone, stolen. Not because your reality changed, your dinner is still delicious, but because your context changed. Comparison convinces us that small means insignificant. It tells us that if our happiness isn't photogenic, it doesn't count. If we can't post it, did it even happen? I want to remind you of something very important. Social media is a highlight reel. It is a curated museum of people's best moments. But you are living the behind the scenes. You are living the messy, unedited footage. Don't compare your messy Monday morning to someone else's edited Sunday afternoon. To find happiness in the small things, we sometimes have to disconnect from the big world. We have to create a joy bubble. This means putting the phone away when you eat. It means not scrolling first thing in the morning. It means protecting your own experience from the judgment of the algorithm. When you stop watching everyone else's life, you suddenly have so much more time to fall in love with your own. You start to notice the texture of your own rug, the taste of your own coffee, the sound of your own laughter. You come back to yourself. Let me share a quick story with you. A few months ago, I was walking in the park with my niece. She is 4 years old. I was stressed that day. I was walking fast, thinking about my emails, thinking about what I needed to cook for dinner, thinking about 100 things that weren't happening right now. Suddenly, my niece stopped. She yanked my hand. "Auntie Mira, look!" I looked down, expecting to see a toy or a dog, but she was pointing at a puddle. Just a dirty, muddy puddle of water on the sidewalk. I was impatient. I said, "Yes, honey, it's water. Come on, let's go." But she didn't move. She squatted down and stared at the puddle with total fascination. She whispered, "Look at the sky." I stopped. I looked closer. And there, reflected in the dirty water, was the perfect reflection of a fluffy white cloud and the blue sky. The puddle was like a mirror. If you looked at the mud, it was just mud. But if you looked at the reflection, it was the sky brought down to earth. She saw the sky. I saw the mud. Children are the masters of small happiness. Why? Because they haven't learned to judge things by their monetary value yet. To a child, a cardboard box is a castle. A stick is a magic wand. A ladybug is a miracle. They are fully present. They are not thinking about the next hour. They are entirely in the now. We were all like that once. You were like that once. You didn't need a promotion to be happy. You could be happy just chasing bubbles in the backyard. Somewhere along the way, we grew up. We became serious. We decided that fascination was childish. We decided that unless something is productive or expensive, it's a waste of time. But what if we tried to reclaim that child's mind? In Zen Buddhism, this is called Shoshin, beginner's mind. It means looking at the world with fresh eyes, as if you are seeing it for the very first time. Try it tomorrow. Look at your partner's face as if you are seeing them for the first time. Really look at them. Look at your street as if you just moved there. When you strip away the labels, this is just a street, this is just a cup, you open the door for wonder to come back in. Here is a hard truth we need to confront. You cannot be happy in the past, and you cannot be happy in the future. Why? Because they don't exist. The past is a memory. The future is an imagination. The only place where life actually happens, the only place where you can feel the sun, taste the food, or hold a hand, is right here, right now, in this exact second. If you are washing dishes, but your mind is replaying an argument from yesterday, you are suffering. If you are playing with your dog, but your mind is worrying about a meeting tomorrow, you are anxious. You are robbing yourself of the present moment to pay for a future that hasn't arrived. There is a famous quote by Lao Tzu. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Finding happiness in small things is really just a practice of presence. It is the ability to pull your mind back from the time traveling it loves to do and anchor it here. How do we do that? We use our senses. Our senses are the anchors. Your mind can travel to 1999 or 2030, but your body? Your body is always in 2025 or whatever year it is. Your body is always now. So when you feel your mind spiraling, when you feel that restlessness of, I need something big to happen, stop, touch something, feel the texture of your jeans, smell something, listen. Can you hear the traffic outside? Can you hear a bird? Can you hear your own breath? The moment you connect with a sensation, you snap back into the present. And in the present, usually, things are okay. In the present, the tea is warm. In the present, the chair is holding you. In the present, you are breathing. Happiness is not a state of constant ecstasy. It is a state of being here. There is one final barrier to finding joy in the small things, and that is perfectionism. We often think, I will enjoy my home when I finally renovate the kitchen, or I will enjoy my body when I lose that last 5 pounds. We wait for things to be perfect before we appreciate them. But the Japanese have a beautiful concept that I try to live by. It is called wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is the art of finding beauty in imperfection, in the old, in the broken, in the temporary. It is appreciating a teacup that has a chip in the rim. It is loving the laugh lines around your eyes because they show you have smiled a lot. It is finding peace in a messy Saturday morning with kids running around, rather than wishing for a perfectly quiet, pristine house. The small things are rarely perfect things. A homemade cookie is lopsided. A walk in the woods is muddy. A conversation with a friend is awkward sometimes. If you wait for perfection, you will miss the beauty of the real. Wabi-sabi teaches us that nothing lasts, nothing is finished, and nothing is perfect. And that is exactly why it is precious. The flower is beautiful because it will wilt. The sunset is stunning because it only lasts 10 minutes. When you accept imperfection, you stop fighting with reality. And when you stop fighting, you have the energy to start enjoying. So today, I want you to look at something imperfect in your life. Maybe it's a scar on your skin. Maybe it's a stain on your favorite rug. Maybe it's your current job situation. Can you look at it not with criticism, but with softness? Can you see the story behind it? Can you find a tiny piece of gratitude for it? Because that scar means you healed. That stain means you lived. That job supports you. The beauty is in the mess. This brings me to the hardest question of all. The question I know some of you are asking right now. Mira, finding happiness in small things is easy when life is normal. But what about when life is falling apart? What about when I am grieving? When I've lost my job? When my heart is broken? This is where the concept of small things becomes not just a luxury, but a lifeline. There is a misconception that happiness and sadness are opposites, that you cannot feel joy if you are feeling grief. But that is not true. Human emotions are not a light switch, on or off. They are a complex, layered painting. You can be deeply sad about a breakup and still enjoy the taste of a chocolate chip cookie. You can be anxious about a diagnosis and still feel peace watching your cat sleep. In fact, during the darkest times of our lives, small joys are often the only things that can reach us. The big happiness, the promotions, the parties, they feel too loud, too fake when we are hurting. But the small happiness, it is quiet enough to sit beside us in the dark. I want you to imagine your resilience like a bank account. Every time you face a tragedy or a hardship, life makes a huge withdrawal. You feel depleted. You feel bankrupt emotionally. You cannot just suddenly deposit $1 million of happiness to fix it. Those moments don't exist. But you can make penny deposits. A penny is small. It's almost worthless on its own. But if you deposit pennies of joy every hour, a deep breath, a nice song, a hot shower, a kind text message, slowly, very slowly, you rebuild your balance. You rebuild your strength. So if you are going through a hard season right now, please don't pressure yourself to be happy. That is too big a task. Just try to find one tiny moment where the pain isn't quite as loud. Just one glimmer. That is enough. That is survival. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want to offer you a metaphor to carry with you. Imagine that your memory, your mind, is a museum, and you are the curator. You are the one who decides what gets hung on the walls. For most of us, we let the loudest artists fill our museum. We hang up the big failures. We hang up the stressful news headlines. We hang up the embarrassments from 10 years ago. We let the negative moments take up all the prime wall space. And the small, beautiful moments, the morning coffee, the sunset, the laugh with a friend, we leave them in the basement, in the storage room, gathering dust. We think, oh, those are just ordinary things. They don't deserve a frame. But my friends, the ordinary is what your life is made of. If you live to be 80 years old, you will have lived about 29,000 days. Maybe only 100 of those days will be big event days, graduations, weddings, big promotions. The other 28,900 days, they are just Tuesdays. They are just Wednesdays. If you don't learn to love the Tuesdays, you will miss 99% of your life. So, be a better curator. Start hanging the small pictures on the wall. When something nice happens today, even if it's just finding a parking spot right in front of the store, take a mental screenshot. Say to yourself, click, I am keeping this. This goes on the wall. The more you fill your museum with these small, bright canvases, the more beautiful your life will feel when you walk through the halls of your memory. So, here is my invitation to you. here is your homework for this week. I don't want you to change your job or move to a new country or overhaul your personality. I just want you to do one thing. Find one small thing every day for the next 7 days. It could be the sound of rain. It could be the smell of old books. It could be the way your dog looks at you. And when you find it, pause for just 10 seconds. Don't take a picture of it. Don't post it. Just feel it. Let it sink into your bones. Say, "Thank you for this." And I would love, truly love, to hear what you find. In the comments section below, tell me, what is one small thing that made you smile today? Reading your comments is my small thing. It is the glimmer in my day. So please, share your joy with me. Let's create a comment section that is a list of beautiful, simple things. Remember, you are not here to just pay bills and die. You are here to experience the world. You are here to taste the fruit, to feel the wind, to connect with others. Don't let the rush of the world trick you into thinking that more is better. Better is better. Present is better. You already have everything you need to feel joy. It is not in the future. It is not in the store. It is right here, in the quiet, unnoticed corners of your life. Stop waiting for the storm to pass. Learn to dance in the rain. Or at least, learn to admire the reflection in the puddle. Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for investing in your peace. I hope you walk away from this episode feeling a little lighter, a little more open, and a little more in love with the life you already have. I'm Mira. Stay curious, stay kind, and remember to look for the glimmers. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends.